Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by, continuing my exciting showcasings of the 1980s VHS releases of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Today I'm coming at you to showcase this VHS release of A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. So this will be the first time since the release of the second film on VHS where they didn't actually use the original theatrical poster art, from what I understand. Just like with the release of the second film, they just decided on just a shot of Freddy there to really milk Freddy and try to get the VHS sales / rentals with just showcasing, you know, the popular character from the franchise on the cover. So this is with this release of, you know, the home video release of Nightmare on Elm Street 5 on VHS, and one can only assume on Laserdisc as well. This is a first and a last for this particular franchise. This movie, I don't know if they put out R-rated VHSs as well, but this release here is actually an extended version, more or less unrated. I don't think it really says unrated anywhere on the cassette. It does say here, this yellow thing on the cover, it does say the full-length uncensored version contains material not seen in the theatrical release. I don't think it says unrated anywhere on the artwork or the package or anything like that, but it is, for all intents and purposes, the unrated cut of Nightmare 5, which includes more disturbing, if you will, quote-unquote disturbing gore footage and stuff like that. I don't think we've ever gotten an unrated version on DVD or Blu-ray to my knowledge. I'm not as familiar with the Nightmare films, so I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think there's any version in North America anyway, on disc that contains the unrated extended version, which is kind of a bummer. So, you know, the cover art I like more or less. It's really milking Freddy, of course, and him standing there, you know, putting his knife over his mouth to indicate, shh, be quiet, you know, the dream Satan baby, Freddy baby is sleeping, if you will. I should also say that on the bottom corner here it says bonus includes the Houdini music video Any Way I Gotta Swing It. So there you go. Kind of cool how they continue the artwork around from the front around onto the side here with Freddy there, and they can kind of see his arm on this spine, and then on this spine there's no Freddy arm, it's just blue. It's kind of similar to the spine of the second VHS release. And they're ditching the barcode on top there, just going for a title straight across the top of the VHS cover. I always thought the back artwork here was just kind of nasty. Two of these little boxes are just nasty, slop in the frickin' refrigerator and slop around this woman's big fat cheeks, and then the shot of the kid is just slop on the pipes behind them and just burned kid face, and it's just the back of the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 VHS. Always kind of just, ugh, it's just kind of gross in my opinion. It's just like, do we want people to rent this or put the tape back down onto the shelf in disgust? I think the back imagery here is mostly just nasty. I mean, put a hot chick in a bathing suit or something on the back, because there's a swimming pool scene. You know, just, it's gotta be just gross pictures, like, come on. So with the Nightmare films continuing, we've got a very small hi-fi and then Dolby surround stereo on the spine here, same on the other side. And don't let me forget to mention that this VHS I also got previously viewed at Mr. Movies, probably the same Mr. Movies I've got the VHS from Part 4 on. You might be able to see that label easier than the Mr. Movies label on the Part 4 VHS that I've got. So basically I did get my VHSs of A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5 previously viewed from Mr. Movies. Looking at the cassette here, we've got, of course, 1989 copyright, Heron Communications Incorporated, hi-fi, Dolby surround stereo. Once again, the label's like not even centered and kind of a little, yeah, it's a little on off to one side or whatever. There's no label on the back there, just the top of the tape. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at the original Nightmare on Elm Street 5 VHS from Media Entertainment 1989. And as always, I feel the need for speed!